Today we will continue with the topic of difference of squares, but today we are going to see one particular case of difference of squares. In this case, to identify it, of course, it must have two terms, one positive and one negative, which coefficients have exact square root. Remember, coefficients are numbers, so they have exact square roots, and their exponents are pair or divisible by 2. Because remember, to get the square root of an exponent, we need to divide it by 2. In this case, we will transform this factoring into a sum of differences of a binomial, but the case is going to be a little bit different because we will have a term that it's composed but by something in parentheses. So it's going to be something like the one that it's on the box. We have one term that has a specific square root but it's positive, another term that has a specific square root but it's negative, then the product of the sum and difference of the binomial, it's the one that it's positive, it's going to be positive in the two parentheses. The one that it's negative, it's going to be positive on the first parenthesis, negative on the second one. Of course, remember, to have the most simplified answer, we need to take out the common factors when possible. If we get to the answer and we can take out something, we need to take it out to have the most simplifiable answer. So in this case also, remember, we need to order our answers in every single topic. So let's go with the exercises today. Maybe we will have something like this. How to identify it? Of course, we will have two terms that has a specific square root. In this case, this term and this term, both of them have a specific square roots. The square root of the first one is going to be 4 that multiplies 3x plus y. And the square of the second one is going to be 5 that multiplies 2y minus x. So the rule is that I will put the one that it's positive, I will put it positive on the two parentheses or brackets. And the one that it's negative, in this case, the one that it's negative, it's going to be positive on the first parenthesis and negative on the second one. Then what I need to do is the multiplication, and in this case, the like term simplification. So it's 4 times 3 and times y. So I will get, in this case, 12x plus 4y. In this case, I will get plus 10y minus 5x. And in the other parenthesis, I will get 12x plus 4y. That is the multiplication of those. And also I will get minus 10y plus 5x. Next thing I can do, we can do like term simplification. So in this case, on the first parenthesis, it's going to be 12x minus 5x. It's going to be 7x plus 14y. And in the other parenthesis, it's going to be 12x and 5x. It's going to be 17x minus 6y. And remember, we need to take out common factors when possible. So on the first parenthesis, I can take out a 7, and it's going to be x plus 2y that multiplies 17x minus 6y. And this is going to be our answer, that it's the most simplifiable answer that we can get on this type of factoring. So as we saw, it's only applying the same rule of difference of squares. The only thing is that we are going to have to do some extra steps because of the parentheses. So let's see another example. So imagine we have something like this. So it's very similar than the last one. we need to have two terms with exact square roots, one positive, one negative. So the first one has a specific square root that it's 8 that multiplies 3x squared minus 5x. The second one has a specific square root that it's 7 that multiplies 6x minus x squared. Then what I need to do is I will put the one that it's positive, I will put it positive on the two parentheses or brackets. The one that it's negative, it's going to be positive on first parenthesis, negative on the second one. I forgot the 7, I'm sorry. So then I will need to multiply inside the terms. So it's going to be this one multiplied by the two of them. So I will get 8 times 3, it's 24, x squared minus 40x plus 42x minus 7x squared. And in the other one, I will get, remember, these numbers multiply every term after or inside the parentheses. So it's going to be 8 times 3, it's 24x squared minus 40x minus 42x plus 7x squared. So in this case, it's going to be 24 and minus 7. It's going to be 17 x squared minus, in this case, it's going to be plus, because minus 40 plus 42 is going to be only 2x. And in the second parenthesis, it's going to be 24 plus 7, it's going to be 31x squared minus 82x. And in this case, it's very important, if we need or we can take out something, we need to take it out. So in this case, on the first parenthesis, I can take out an x. It's going to be 17x plus 2. On the second one, I can take out also an x. And it's going to be 31x minus 82. So x multiplied by x is going to be x squared. So my final answer is going to be x squared that multiplies 17x plus 2. That multiplies 31x minus 82. And this is going to be our most simplifiable answer, that it's correctly ordered. So this is going to be our actual final answer. So let's go with one last exercise for particular case of difference of squares. So imagine we have something like this. We have two terms, one positive, one negative. Both of them have a specific square root. So let's see how to do it. The first one, it's the negative. It doesn't matter. Remember, we need to order it in an answer. Maybe you can order it in the beginning also, but the important part, it's ordered in the answer. So the square root of this one, it's 13x. The square root of this one is going to be 12. That multiplies 2x minus 5. So what I need to do is the one that it's positive, I will put it positive on the two parentheses or brackets. So it's going to be 12, 2x minus 5 plus 13x. And in the other bracket, it's going to be 12 that multiplies 2x minus 5 minus 13x. So I will need to multiply this by this and this term, and also in the other bracket. So it's going to be 24x minus 60 plus 13x. And in the other one, it's going to be 24x minus 60 minus 13x. So in this case, 24 and 13, it's going to be 37x minus 60. And in the other parentheses, it's going to be 24 minus 13. It's going to be 11x minus 60. In this case, I cannot take out anything because they don't have something in common in any of the parentheses. So that's going to be our actual final answer. So remember doing these specific exercises of particular case of sum and difference, or I'm sorry, particular case of difference of squares, I will get as an answer also a sum and difference of a binomial, but because we are going to simplify it, maybe at the end it won't look like a particular or a sum and difference of a binomial because we need to simplify it the more than we can. So that's why maybe the answer on this case, it wouldn't look like a sum and difference of a binomial because we are going to simplify it the most. So that's all for today's topic, that it's called particular case of difference of squares.